Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air, every sight and every sound.
In December 1977, John Paul Young was singing Love is in the Air. This song has been so popular for years and years that in 2017 the song was selected for preservation in the National Film and Sound Archives. Now, in 2018, love is in the air, literally. Love is in the air through Wi-Fi, 3G, 4G, 4G LTE, and 5G. Finding love has always been part of human behavior, but how do we find love in this technosexual era? This is a brief examination of online dating, Tinder, through social penetration theory. Are you ready for love? This is a preview of what is this about. First, advantages of using Tinder. Is this app your friend? Second, disadvantages of using Tinder. Could this friend, Tinder, stab you in the back? And finally, Tinder, personal and social implications. How this app is shaping your life and social relationships. Imagine yourself in a party. There are new friends exchanging names and sharing their musical preferences. Other on their second date, they might chat about their political views. Others, longtime friends, discuss their feelings about a difficult family situation. Many different people in many different layers of communications. With Tinder, you don't have to be physically in that location in order to experience all this. Social penetration theory explains these differences in communication in relation to the depth of interpersonal relationships. Communication is like an onion, yes, like an onion. In order to know the possible candidate better, you have to remove layer of communication to get in a deeper relationship. Tinder will show you a huge list of possible candidates. You might like what you see, but you might hate what you discover, and vice versa. You might find someone not attractive at all, but by going into a deeper level of communication, you might be surprised that someone you thought was not attractive at all could become a very interesting person, your Prince Charming or your lovely princess. In order to really know someone, you have to dig those layers of communication. Let me introduce you to someone that knows what I'm talking about. His name is Shrek.
There's a lot more to ogres than people think.
Example?
Example? Okay, ogres are like onions.
They stink?
Yes. No.
Oh, they make you cry?
No.
Oh, you leave them out in the sun, they get all brown, start sprouting little white hairs.
No. Layers. Onions have layers. Ogres have layers. Onions have layers. You get it. We both have layers.
Yes, Shrek is talking about social penetration theory. The layers for this theory are first orientation, also known as small talk or first impression, like the way that someone dresses or when they exchange non-intimate information. Second one is exploratory affective. This is when people reveal more about themselves, such as their opinions about politics, but not deeply personal opinions. Third one, affective. When personal information such a private matter are disclosed, people feel comfortable enough to do this. This is like a romantic relationship. Fourth, stable. This happens when someone is open and comfortable talking with someone else. They can predict how the other person will react to certain type of information.
Today, we will be focusing on something that I'm sure you are very familiar with, Tinder. However, there are some things you may not know. A little background on Tinder. Tinder is a very successful dating app that was originally released on September 12, 2012. It uses your location, preferences, and other data to match you with users in your area, which you can then make the decision to swipe left or right on. Tinder is a huge hit in the modern dating world and is arguably one of the most popular dating platforms today. Sounds great, right? Well, there are a few issues, which is what we will primarily be focusing on today. The problem is that people are using Tinder to attempt to find true love, but are falling short when they realize not everyone's intentions are the same. Tinder also has a history of problems related to the way it displays user location data, putting users at a potential risk of being targeted by predators. Now, let's discuss Tinder's pros and cons. So, the advantages of using Tinder are that 1. It's remarkably convenient to access potential partners in your area. Also, when you swipe on someone and you get the message saying it's a match, you get the instant gratification of knowing that someone is interested, and you can gather an initial sense of compatibility very easily. You can also just as easily discard individuals who are not possible matches. Tinder also has a great gender equality search engine. Now that we've gone over the pros, we can discuss the disadvantages of using Tinder. One of the disadvantages is that users oftentimes become dependent on the mediated communication within the app and find it hard to move past texting into actual face-to-face communication. Another obvious con is that you have to sift through so many creeps and weirdos to get to someone that you're interested in, and once you find someone good, there is a chance that that person is catfishing you and isn't who they say they are, which can be very dangerous. Tinder also allows for people to view others as disposable. When you have so many options in the palm of your hand to flip through, it can become a problem. Going hand in hand with that, because it's so easy, Tinder can be viewed as a game of swiping left and right on people, and the user starts to disassociate the faces they're seeing as real people, and they don't take it very seriously. Finally, Tinder is also the land of superficial judgments. Because it's a quick and easy dating app, there's not much to go off of besides a quick bio and a few selfies, which leads to basing your judgment solely on their physical appearance.
Next, we will talk about the personal and social implications of Tinder. In the past, people were limited in meeting others who were a part of their social circles, namely their neighbors and members of their communities. This meant that they would have to find a relationship in someone they knew in some capacity, either by name or association. Social gatherings such as weddings, birthdays, and religious celebrations were all full of potential candidates, which is probably why people always looked so dapper while attending such events. Since Tinder and other dating websites have come alone, we now have a wider range of people to meet. People are not limited to simply those from their community and do not have to rely on friends and relatives to set up a date. However, these online dating platforms give us way too many options, more quantity, less quality. Because we can't properly seed out through all of these choices properly, we return to judging solely on physical appearance. These factors of the dating scene have morphed our culture and understanding of dating into something much different than we are used to. Choosing a partner based on personality is now put on the back burner, and we are left making decisions based on pictures and a short bio you see on Tinder. There is no doubt that the intimacy and privacy of dating has transformed into something casual and public, but whether that's a good thing or bad thing, it's all up for interpretation.
Basically, we have two options. Use Tinder or don't use it. If we choose to use it, by understanding social penetration theory, we can have a better idea of what to expect when we're using Tinder. We can not just by swiping right by the looks or a great comment know someone. To really know someone, we have to invest time and trust. No one can go to the stable communication stage in a second just by going right. The second option we have is just go vintage and do what the rest of the people do. Meet people face to face. Tinder is not the only app on the market that promises to help you find that special one. It is true that Tinder tries to link physical and digital dating, but the original purpose of Tinder has not been fulfilled. Now, Tinder has been used mostly to hook up and find friends that we will possibly never know in person. Finding love is always exciting. New ways to find it might get our attention, but in order to find love, communication is required. Digging the layers of communication, like digging for gold, could be rewarding. Love is in the air, but you still have to dig the layers to find it.